Yep.
Welcome to another edition of Blades Hockey. I'm your host, John McDonald, joined as always at the sidekick here, Coach Justin Neppel. Coach, good to see you.
Hey, John, how's it going today?
Real good. Welcome in. So here we are again for the rematch. It's Blades versus the Park Rapids Panthers. Again, Blades coming off a 4-1 loss on Tuesday night. Probably had the better of the play, certainly had the majority of the chances and possession time, but still resulting in a 4-1 loss as Tanner Felton put up 36 saves of the Blades, just scoring the one goal with Grayson Cassidy finding the back of the net. Your thoughts on the game on Tuesday?
Yeah, Felton did great for Park Rapids. I think the one thing that Park Rapids did really well that we didn't was if you look at all 4 goals scored by Park Rapids, it was in tight. And I think the Blades, though they were able to put a lot of pucks on net, they were really perimeter shots, and there was no real follow-up on a rebound up tight. So I think that's one thing that they could do differently today is try to break through that stingy defense that they have up the middle and try to get guys banking home some rebounds.
Exactly, and the Blades not able to get, like I said, to the inside. Park Rapids was. they were very opportunistic, put pucks on goal kind of weakly, and then were able to find a rebound and crash the net and get to the inside on the Blades. And I think that's what made all the difference, huh?
Yeah, you saw Finn, just kind of just drive the puck to the net, and a couple other guys would just go there, and it seemed like we had 3 guys. They had 3 guys around the net. We would only have 2, and you get outnumbered in front of the net. It gets those go against you more often than not.
So starting tonight for the Panthers, on the left wing, number 12, Easton Brovold. At center, number 17, Connor Ball. And at right wing, number 16, Chance Landstrom. On defense, Levi Metschke and Braden Christinger. I thought Christinger had a pretty strong game up in Park Rapids. Certainly Connor Ball did. He was all over the place. I know Brovold scored a goal up there as well. And then the big change there, Logan Felton, after putting up 36 saves, the junior goaltender, will be replaced by goalie Ryan Wessa. And Tony was saying that they have a game tomorrow night against Lake of the Woods. Okay. And so maybe trying to get a little bit of rest for Felton after the game on Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't blame him when you start playing 3 games in a week. That can get wearing on a goaltender, and especially a goaltender that saw the activity that they did. It's not necessarily shots, it's tracking the puck. So if the puck never leaves your end, those goaltenders get fatigued tracking that puck the whole time, going side to side.
Especially, like you said, mentioned the second period up there. I want to say the Blades probably had, and this isn't an exaggeration, they probably had the puck in the Panther zone for 90% of the period, where Felton is having to track, and stay alert. That can be exhausting for a goaltender.
Yeah, and you do that over 3 days in the week, it gets quite difficult for a goaltender to stay consistent and have success.
So on the Blades side of things, looks like a big shakeup in the lines is Matt Peterson will be out of the lineup tonight, and I just got word of it. I'm not sure why. I hadn't heard of its illness, injury, or other. Starting for the Blades tonight will be Brewer and Hoffman on the blue line, Gilbertson between the pipes, Casti centering Easton Nepple and Jackson Lopez. So the big line being put back together as coach is obviously trying to spur a little offense. All right, we're going to break quickly here for the anthem. We thank you for joining us. We'll be back shortly. All right, thank you. So Anthem was sung by Wahpeton sophomore Adeline Picken, who has done multiple anthems this year, always does a great job. We thank her for coming out and performing a nice rendition of the Star Spangled Banner.
Excellent voice, excellent job there.
Is that called the Star Spangled Banner if you're singing it or playing it?
Don't quiz me on this one.
I don't
right
know
now,
either.
John. Let's stick with hockey.
Or is it? Yeah. All right. Well, team's getting ready around the net here. Last minute pep talk, speeches, whatever you want to call it. And I think that I would have to say the Blades need this win tonight. I think that was pretty demoralizing loss on Tuesday after playing fairly well and not coming away with the win. I would imagine that this is one that they got to have if they're going to start to turn things around this year.
Yeah, I think if you look at teams and squads, you sometimes can measure them on wins and losses, but really it's how do they come back? Do they bounce back or they give up? So this will be a big game here for them to get back in the win column. And quite frankly, like we talked about, I have yet to see a Blades team beat the Park Rapids Panthers, so they got to get over that hump too.
So a bit of a false start here as we have ball, a couple of 17s squaring up for the draw, and that'll be controlled by the Panthers. Back for Christinger. He chips it hard off the wall. Comes straight to Brewer. Puck turned over. Brovold turns it back inside the Blades line. Drive to the middle, shot right off the crossbar to start. And there again, probably coming in a little too easy into the Blades zone. Ringing one off the iron. Blades escape. Put the puck down in the Panthers zone. Lopez squirts into the near side corner. Will be played by Christinger. He turns the puck over to Brewer at the line. Ball makes a nice stick check and skates away with it. He chips down where Hoffman will play it. He rims it around to Casti. It's off his skates and poked out of there by Hoffman. Hoffman finishes a high, hard hit. And he's going to go to the box. He had the hands up right to the face of Ian Wisty, and he's going to get a roughing minor.
Yeah, that's not how the Blades wanted to start the game here on the penalty kill. I think Park Rapids scored 2 power play goals against the Blades on Tuesday night.
Panthers are 2 for 3 on the power play, or 2 for 4 on the power play. Blades were 0 for 4, I believe, on the power play. So yeah, the battle of special teams, important one, and good intensity out of Hoffman, but probably not the way Blades wanted to start killing a penalty. So 15:56 here to go as we see Wessa play the puck into the corner. Brushert will gain control. He's going to send her to McDonald. McDonald fires off the toe of Wessa on a nice kick save as the Blades trying to generate a little bit of offense here. Good hard back check by number 19, Isaiah Brushert. McDonald up ice, going to get the puck. He just out of his reach as Luke Craig just missed him. Still clearing the puck down the ice. So the Blades with a little bit of jump in their step early. As Henry carries the puck over the line, doesn't get it deep, and it'll be shot out of there by Charlie Ekman. Ball behind his own net, plays the puck off the back of the net to himself, a la Youngblood style, before he drops it off to number 13, Lou Wessa. Ekman plays it across. That hops Cassidy's stick. Loose puck controlled by the Panthers. Attempted shot on that doesn't get through, and it'll be cleared out of there by the Blades with 41 to go on the power play for the Panthers. Puck over the line, shot wide. And controlled behind the Blades net by Brewer, who's working hard to gain control. Gets a step and shoots it down the ice. Riley Wessa sets it up behind the net for his defenseman. Back across to Brovold. He's over the line. He shoots in on Gilbertson, steered to the corner. He plays it up to the line. Nobody's there. Neppel picks the puck clean, pokes it to himself, but it's just out of his reach. And Christinger turns it back up the ice for the ball. He's brought to the wall as the power play ends. And Landstrom shoots it in the corner as he missed Brovold. Brovold. Shot on Gilbertson. Scrummed at the side of the net. We'll get a whistle as Gilbertson locks it down. And
that's a play where they scored almost all their goals on Tuesday night. I'd like to see our guys, when there's a loose puck in front of the net, just clear guys instead of pucks, right? The puck's not going to score itself. You can get the man out of there, you should be okay.
Oh boy. Okay, so let's make sure our goalie's in the net before we drop the puck there, fellas. As Gilbertson had gone for a skate, and Brushert was in the face-off dot, ready to take the drop. That centering play shot, Brushert just misses wide. So we get a look at some of these lines here as Wes is going to freeze the puck. So it'll be McDonald, Brushert, and Ritter in a new look line.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of those things as a centerman, you got to look back and make sure everybody's in spot before you go take that draw.
Puck played into the corner, be played by Park Rapids. Finn Henry takes it off the wall. He's stood up at neutral ice. Ritter hard on the back check. Puck goes up to Brushard from Craig. He pokes it to himself, tries to center with McDonald going to the net, and that doesn't get through. McDonald pokes it into the corner. It's played cross ice for Henry. He's a dangerous player. Freezes Ekrin, walks out of the corner, shoots and scores.
That was a soft play. You get in a one-on-one situation, you just need to go with your guy. Don't make sure that you give up the middle just like that play right there.
So Henry dangerous. That will be his 8th goal in the last 3 games as he scored 6 against Prairie Center, and he had 1 on Tuesday night and now 1 tonight. And I'm not sure what happened there. It almost looked like he slowed down so much that Ekrin kind of lost footing as he was expecting him to fly by him, and he just walked in and buried it. And no help from the middle of the ice as Ekrin had lost his footing. As Brewer plays the puck up to the line but not out. Held in nicely, shot on, that goes wide. Now Neppel will pick the puck up in his own zone. Circles away from a defender, beats another one. Up the wall he goes, comes off the wall, loses it, gains it back, now gets the red line, and he's going to go right to the net. Shot off the side of the net by Easton Neppel. Cassidy takes his man down behind the net, and puck's played around to Hoffman. He fires. That's blocked. And now it's played into the corner. Brewer down in the corner. Plays it up to Hoffman at the line. Holds, fires, waits for traffic. That's steered away by Wessa. Puck back to Hoffman at the line. D to Brewer. Brewer loads one up, fires, tip shot, and a goal. Cassidy in the middle, gets a stick on it. As Brewer waited for traffic, and in comes number 17, Grayson Cassidy. A deflection down between the wickets of Wessa, and the Blades tie this up with 11:56 to go in the first.
Yeah, I think that just went right through his 5-hole. Nice little tip play there. The goalie's tracking that puck all the way to its chest, and Grayson was able to just tap that thing down and be able to beat them in through the 5-hole. Both defensemen head up that whole time, looking for sticks. Looking for sticks and screens.
Some of what we were talking about was the Blades needing to take the eyes of the goaltender away and create deflection opportunities, and that certainly was that there. There's a patient shot from the blue line on both accounts as Hoffman tries to fire one back in, and that's deflected out of there by Connor Ball, and he'll regroup into his own end. Plays one off the referee right to Lopez. He circles at neutral ice, skates by his man. Into the zone, fires just high and wide as he had the corner wide open. Cassidy with the rebound, controls. Now he chips it back down to Lopez in the corner. He's looking for Neppel. He's going to walk and circle high. Now he bumps low. Ekrin plays the puck. Lopez gets it back. Blades certainly more motivated tonight than they were on Tuesday as they are flying around early with a lot of intensity. Luke Craig plays the puck in his own end, circles away from trouble, plays to Neppel. Neppel through the middle. He gets help from Brushard off the bench, but Park Rapids will control, and they'll regroup. Dean Wisty playing it back through the middle of the ice. Jack Ekrin chips it to himself, and now plays it low. Mike Peterson puts pressure down on the puck. Puck turned over as it comes high to Brushard. Now we got a line of Ekrin, Brushard, and Peterson. Michael Peterson, that is, on the ice. As the puck's played back to Brushard. Now over to Peterson. Michael Peterson down the wall, fires. That goes wide. Ekrin will hold it in the zone. That comes high in the air, flipped to the middle of the ice. And now played back to Ekrin in neutral ice. Hoffman regroups, crosses the red line. Skates it into the corner. Puck poked off his stick as he takes a check. And he gets help from Brushard. Now puck played to Peterson at the line. Loads it up, fires right into the skates of Ethan Tarola. And the Blades will have to regroup. Hoffman puts it in the near side corner. Continues on, finishes his check. Now Ritter finishes a hit along the far side wall. Puck played up to Henry. It's just out of his reach, and he'll have to change. Dumped back in by Brewer. And in comes Ritter again on the puck. Puck played to McDonald. He holds in with the skates. Now Cassidy chips it in. Puck played up to Brewer at the line. He waits. Blades tag up. Cassidy chases it down. Puts pressure on the play behind the net. Played to the middle of the ice, just out of Ritter's reach. Blades tag up again. Park Rapids again having some trouble in their own end. We saw this on Tuesday. The Blades are going to have to find a way to get the puck to the net. Held in, shot on. The screen from Ritter at the last minute kind of fooled Wes a little bit, and he got a piece of it, just enough to keep it out of his net. So we see McDonald hold the play, and Cassidy controls the puck in the corner. Puck played up where Craig will hold it in. He's got it in his skates, and now it's finally squirts out to neutral ice where it's a 1-on-3, and puck finds its way to the net weakly before McDonald will pick it up. He tries it for Ekron across ice. It's out of his reach, and Ball holds it in for the Panthers. Now it's played to Christinger at the line. He shoots. That's deflected wide. Still loose. Now it's cleared out of there. Christinger again fires. That goes well wide. It'll have to be held into the zone. Puck played to the middle. Shot. That hits Ekron. Played to the line again, but not out. Weak shot as it was fanned on is played by Craig. He has trouble with it and can't clear. Ekron pinned behind the net by Ball. Craig sends it up to Lopez. Lopez tries to hit the center, which is Brushert. It's off his skates. McDonald finally has had enough and is going to ice it. And that'll bring us to 7:45 to go in the first. 1-1 game, shots 6-5 in favor of the Blades.
Yeah, you can see that Park Rapids is still trying to do that middle of the ice exit, and the Blades did a pretty good job of shutting that down. Got in a little bit of trouble in their own end over there, not really possessing and kind of out of position. A lot of running around in our own end.
Henry picks up a loose puck off the draw and almost goes short side on Gilbertson. Just missed high as Ekron centering attempt misses everybody. Brewer holds it in.
No, we don't want that one because it's big.
He's pinned to the wall in the near side corner.
It's going to say 4-on-5 at the bottom.
Puck played to Henry, and he'll exit with speed. Beats Brushert 2-on-1 with Hoffman back. Holds. Pass comes over. Had it been on the tape, it probably would have been in the net, but it was in the skates. And they were not able to connect, and now the Blades control. Hoffman regroups. Played to Cassidy. He fires it in. Wes has trouble knocking it down behind the net. Ekron will get there first. He flips it behind the Panther net where it'll be played straight up to Henry. Henry, 1-on-2, maybe 1-on-3 if Neppel hurries. Good back check by Easton Neppel to lift the stick. Loose puck as Landstrom comes in looking for loose change, but Gilbertson had it. It would appear that the Blades are playing two centers, Coach.
Yeah, it looks that way. Not sure exactly how that line change worked because it looked like we had two centers out on the ice on that last shift, but unless they moved Jack to...
Akron's playing wing and
playing wing.
Shot goes high just over the glove of Gilbertson, and the puck will be cleared out of there. Brushert and Cassidy are the only two centers, and they're rotating through lines right now. Puck played over on the near side. Back through the middle. Stood up at the line. Ball picks it up, fires right into the chest of Gilbertson, and he'll freeze it.
Yeah, the defense is playing a little too soft here. Where we got two guys defending and one guy on the rush, and they're allowing shots there. Probably a little too close. I'd like to see them play that a little bit more aggressive.
Puck into the corner for Ekron. He comes together with Landstrom's able to get a touch on it. Centering attempt for Cassidy, turned over by Ball. He goes to shoot, but that's poked away from him. And now the Blades control with Neppel. He's going to fly right by Wisty on the outside. Weak shot as Wisty got a stick on Neppel at the last minute. Puck's controlled. Hoffman fires. That goes high. Comes back to Ekron. He quickly puts one on. That's blocked by Wisty. Now Brovold on the rush. He's controlled by Hoffman and Ekron and dumped into the corner as he almost had a breakaway. Lopez skates away. He's got help on the wings. He's going to take it himself. Dumps off for Cassie. Cassie to the middle. Takes his time. Fires. That's high. Right to Nepple. Nepple on the rebound. Shoot. Just over the net. As he had a gaping 6x4 to look at. Puck played off a Hoffman skate. Comes right to Nepple. He fires. Big pad save by Wessa. Puck played to neutral. That'll come to Brewer. He'll regroup and dump it in. Blades go for a change. Nepple stays on the ice to pressure the puck. Puck played back to the middle. And it'll be controlled by the Blades. Now it comes back to Nepple. Tries to hit Ritter, and that'll be out of his reach, and it'll be icing.
Yeah, just a tad out of sync right there on that last regroup, but a couple good looks there for the Blades, testing Park Rapids goalie. I think Casty, when he came in on that nice little play, finding that soft ice, I don't think the goaltender saw that shot.
I like the delay and the drag to the middle. Something that we probably haven't seen the Blades do of a ton this year, as they like to go on the perimeter, as we see a nice play by Park Rapids right off the draw. Second attempt. Again, Blades getting caught in their defensive zone, sometimes puck watching, where the Panthers are able to make that quick little play to the middle, and the Blades just kind of caught standing around a little bit.
Yeah, the defense needs to win that loose puck race right there. That they've got the advantage. They need to get there.
So Lou West is going to get tossed from the draw, and Pinomi is going to come in. Blades will control. Luke Craig bumps it around to McDonald. He's got some room. Plays it up to Brushard. It's off his tape and be controlled by the Panthers. Errant pass comes right to McDonald. He takes one off the wall, now into the corner. Regroups. Draw pass. The Brushard shot doesn't go through. Luke Craig pulls it softly off the wall to Ritter. Plays to McDonald. McDonald curls high, leaves for Craig. Craig tries to dump, but that's broken up. And soft play by Park Rapids in the middle of the ice. Christinger gloves it down, plays it behind the net. Brush will be the first man there, though. He picks it up, tries to leave for Ritter, gets through him. Ekram plays D to D. Craig with the puck. Steps around a man, fires. Loose in front. Ritter tries for the rebound, not able to get control of it. Puck played up to Ekram, D to D. Luke Craig with the puck. His shot's deflected, and that'll go out of play. As again, Blades winning races to pucks, working the puck from low to high. That shot from the blue line sometimes is getting through, sometimes is not.
Yeah, it looks like they're having a little bit more success in getting that puck through, and we're getting bodies to the net, but still not quite landing them because they're well covered in front. That last shot attempt, you'd like to see Luke get that off a little bit quicker, just so it's not hitting the stick and getting deflected.
Puck controlled by the Blades. Brewer fires. That doesn't get through. Broken up at neutral ice by Brewer. Plays it across to Casty. Over the blue. Tried to center. Nobody was there except Henry of the Panthers, and he broke the play up. Now the Panthers control behind their own net. Wheel to the middle. Pass attempted for Peterson, broken up by Casty. Two big hits from the Blades. Forced the puck out of play as Holverson takes a hit along his bench from Lopez.
Yeah, I'd like to see maybe the Blades dump that puck down low as you're getting pressure up high. Just establish down low before you start trying to do anything up high in the zone.
Cassie with the puck. Turned over to Peterson. Tarola has trouble. Peterson runs into him. That was Holverson who I think had dropped his stick, and Peterson just kind of skated right into him on accident, and it was a risky turnover. As Henry with the puck evades Hoffman, fires in on Gilbertson from a ways away, and he easily gloves that one down.
Yeah, again, just a bouncing puck at the blue line, and the D are having trouble with it and trying to settle that thing down and making a play, but then turning it over, and Finn's able to skate in and get a shot on net.
So interesting, the Panthers already with 9 shots on net. I'm not sure what they had as a total on Tuesday, but already you can see they're shooting the puck more tonight. They're playing a little bit different game as well. So I feel like they probably felt like they maybe got out-competed in their own end a little bit at times on Tuesday, and are, again, trying to put more shots on the net as we see a shot come in from Ekran, hit his own man in front of the net. Now played up to Ekran again. That'll go wide, it's loose. No whistle yet. And there we finally see it. I think a little bit of a late whistle, but I don't think it was frozen either. And you can kind of tell when the goalie doesn't know if he has it or not. And the referee must have been able to see it there.
Well, the only goal the Blades scored in Park Rapids was a puck that was loose, and everybody thought it was frozen. And Grayson was able to just, bank that home because everybody was puck watching.
As we get a little bit of an argument here from the Park Rapids bench, as they felt that should have been blown down a little bit earlier, and they probably would be sensitive to that, having given up a goal on it recently. Craig with the puck, fires. Blockered away by Waisa. Now played to the line. Shot goes high by Ekron. Craig steps down to hold. Brush it there for the Blades. Gets through him, and ball starts it away for the Panthers. He plays it hard off the glass to neutral ice. E-to-D. Back to Ekron, Jack Ekron, and he dumps it in. Michael Peterson, first man there for the Blades. He comes together with Christinger. Puck scrummed along the wall. It'll be skated out of there to the Blades line, but not in. The ball was turned away at the line. Again, the Panthers turned away at the line as Panomi was shoved into the wall. Puck turned back and now dumped into the zone. The Blades will control, and they tip it out. Neppel on a break, all by himself. Pulls up, centers, just out of Lopez's reach as he was trailing the play. He fires one on. Casti tried to get a tip on that, but didn't connect. And away come the Panthers. Pressured at the line, forced outside nicely by Brewer. Puck is dumped into the zone. Heel control, reverses to Hoffman. Hoffman behind his own net. Flips to Neppel. Neppel back across the ice as he was under pressure. And Brewer will control. He banks it off the wall. That gets through Lopez and back to neutral ice. Turnover there by the Panthers. Now played up to the line where Casti controls. Dodges a check. Lopez's centering attempt comes right back to him. Looking for space, turns and then fires. That's right into shin pads. Tarola now played in the corner. Casti with it. Tries to come across to Hoffman. That's broken up by Henry, and he's shot out of there like a lightning bolt. Coming in on driving the net. Big hit. Coming back on a nice back check from Hoffman as Henry was driving the net on Gilbertson. Turned away at the last minute. 28 seconds to go in the period. Puck played to Lopez. Chips it to himself. Neppel steps inside the defenseman. Puck turned over to Lopez last minute. Can't find it. It's in his feet. It'll come to Henry. Panthers start away. It's a 2-on-2. Henry slows, fires, shoots far side, looking for a rebound off the blocker. His man was there, but he was well defended by the Blades. Hoffman. And that'll bring us to a whistle as an intense period on both accounts. Both teams flying around, making things happen.
Yeah, not the start that they wanted it. The Blades wanted, and actually getting outshot 11-10 in the first period. One play I think we saw there at the end, Grayson Casti wins a wall battle, curls off the wall. I think he's in a great spot to shoot, and he elects to try to go that seam pass. I think one thing that this team didn't do well enough, and it looks like it's still there, is that play. Like, we're winning that wall battle down low or on the half wall. Just curled off that wall instead of looking to pass. Just shoot. I'd rather see that shot from the top of the circle than the blue line. I think Casti had an opportunity to shoot. I think he had a guy in front of the net, and you would have generated a scoring opportunity instead of a turnover.
100%. I think Park Rapids probably has to be pretty happy with the way the period went. They came out intense. They came out ready to play, weathered the storm a little bit at times, and we're still able to generate quite a bit of offense. Again, very opportunistically, and I think characteristic of how they play. You can see on that last rush by Henry where he slows down, kind of takes a glance over to the left, sees a man driving the net, and you could see him place his shot on what would be the right side of Gilbertson in hopes that he would knock it down and the puck would lay there, and the man charging the net would get the rebound. And we saw them score off that very same play on Tuesday, and again, looking to create kind of chaos in front of Gilbertson, and not successful this time around, but we'll be able to watch that as the game goes on for some of the tactics they use to generate offense.
Yeah, it's a smart play because if the defenseman is playing you right and you're running out of options, slowing down, especially when you know you got somebody with you, is a smart play. And that, like you said, that far post, the shot to the far post and trying to blocker it for your help to be able to get over there and try to bank something home is a really good way to pass, get through a defender. Otherwise, where that pass isn't available.
Yeah, Henry, a smart player, he knows he's not going to just. He didn't have a step on his man. He wasn't going to beat his man, and so looks again for other ways to create. Although a few plays earlier, you could see his speed, and he had his man beat, and he tried to drive right to the net, and a good back check from Hoffman, meeting him at the post and putting a lick on him there to break up the scoring attempt. So pregame first attempt got cut short here, and so a lot of stuff we maybe didn't talk about as we kind of entered into the game late here. For those joining us late, Matt Peterson scratched from the lineup tonight, and Blades attempt. It looks like they're playing just 3 lines with 2 centers, and I would have to imagine that'll change here as the game goes on. I mean, I could already see Brushard breathing a little bit heavy. It looked to me like they're rolling the Casti, Neppel, Lopez line out every other line, and then splitting the second line there, or the second shift between the third and second line with Brushard taking duty on both lines as the center.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing right now. It's interesting to see the decision on that, and I don't know the why behind it, but you have some guys that I think that'd be maybe capable of Spinks that could have came up on a wing, and Jack could be playing center, and he could be rolling 3 lines. But sometimes in cases like this, you want to put your athletes out too more often than not, because we've came across that before in high school matches where the top line goes out every other shift.
Yeah, you certainly see that from other programs that we play against. They kind of put their big guns. I always feel that's a little bit of a disadvantage as the game goes on. So we'll look to see if Coach Adam doesn't make some changes. All right, we're joined here by Grayson Casti again. So, Grayson, we're going to bring you in here. Can you hear us okay, buddy?
Yep, sure can.
All right, hey, thanks for doing this. Your thoughts on the first period?
We obviously could have buried a little more like we did kind of. We didn't really bury like that first game against Park Rapids here. It's kind of what happened on this period. That one goal we let in kind of was a little fluke. Just didn't pick up our guys, but obviously we got that one back, and then we'll have a big second period here.
So it looks like you guys are just playing 3 lines here, and it looks like you're only running 2 centers. Is that the case?
Yes, right now. I don't know if he'll bring a couple other guys in, but for now that's what we're doing.
Grayson, so far, what does this team need to do in order to be successful the rest of the game?
Just need to bury. We're getting the shots. We're getting the chances. We just got to put it in the back of the net.
What's Park Rapids doing to you guys right now to be successful? You're behind just 1 in the shot column, but we saw that you guys dominated in the shot column last game.
Mm-hmm. We just kind of they're getting in front of the net, blocking shots. We just got to find a way to get it through and get the rebounds, because this goalie's letting them go.
All right, hey, Grayson, we appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Give big thanks there to Grayson Casti for joining us. And it's always nice to get his thoughts on a great first period from number 17, and again taking first line center duties here tonight with a little bit of a tall order as he's matched up across from Connor Ball, who's a good player for the Panthers and a powerful center in of himself.
Yeah, and Grayson Casti is the goal scorer. I guess I don't. That was Brewer who got the assist?
Yeah, so Brewer fired it in, and he got the old twig on her there and knocked her down. So back-to-back games with a goal for Casti, and again in Casti-esque style. Nothing flashy, just going to the net, working hard, banging in pucks.
Yep. I think growing up, he was always one of the guys that could always finish. You could count on for a point per game, and he was always a pretty good setup guy, but definitely would finish. And you could see a lot of goals scored in big spots by that guy.
Yeah, 17 always finds a way to get on the score sheet. That's for sure. Always in and around the play, making things happen. Any other thoughts, Coach, on the first?
No, I think they came out and played with the right intensity. I think the only thing I would maybe reinforce if I was Wurtsema down in the locker room right now would be that 2-on-1. So they seem to have only one guy going up the ice, and we got 2 guys. Those defensemen need to start communicating and angling him, so that, because what's happening right now is they're gaining the zone and they're getting shots off. I think out of those 11 shots they have,
Now run as
most of them are pretty harmless because they are high in the zone and there's no screen or anything like that. But it's still a play that honestly could materialize out in the neutral zone, and even at times I think we could gap up in the offensive zone and just kind of that play could be shut down in the neutral zone going back the other way.
And I thought at times the Blades did a nice job of standing up their blue line. But then, like you mentioned, also at other times they're a little bit soft. And when they are, that's where Park Rapids takes advantage. Getting in the zone, even a harmless shot from them can be dangerous. So, well, that'll probably do it here for the first period. Again, sponsors are on the screen there. Those are the people that make stuff like this happen. They're the ones contributing so we can buy equipment, get meals for the kids on the road, and get busing things covered and other things that we need to make this program successful. So we appreciate them, and go out and support them if you're doing business in the Breckwap area. Again, we thank them so much for making all of this possible. That'll do for the first. We are going to catch up with you here in just a few. And again, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the second period. All right, welcome back. Second period action here at Stern Arena. A couple little housekeeping things, Coach. Let's talk about keys to the game here.
Yeah, just based off of how the game went last time with Park Rapids' success was the Blades really need to defend their net. They can't be outnumbered in front of their net, and they need to be able to clear goals, and that's below the goal, or clear pucks, and that's below the goal line as well as in front of the net. The Blades need to be able to shoot to score. I think they shot often, but they need to be able to score, and then they have to win the special teams battle. That was one of the big differences all season and on Tuesday.
I 100% agree. I think so far they are 1 for 1 on the penalty kill.
Yep.
And they have not. Well, hold on. I was going to say they haven't been on the power play, but they're on the power play as we speak, and I'm not sure what happened, but number 20 for Park Rapids, who is not on the sheet, is in the penalty box. And we're going to get the call from Scott here in just a second as we see the Blades controlling. Puck played to... So we're trying to get the call, and the Blades score. I missed the play there.
Yeah, it was a seam pass by Casti, hit Nepple on the backside.
So Blades on the board early, and I was still trying to figure out what the penalty was for.
Yeah, not sure what the penalty was for. Haven't heard.
So right on cue, Blades winning the special team battle. So 2-1 Blades score early here in the second, not even a minute in on the power play. Who scored? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, Coach. Easton Nepple.
From Casti.
From Casti, again, finding the score sheet as we see him come together with ball. And now we're going to get a holding call on Hoffman again. We'll go to the box for the second time tonight. I didn't see that either, but it must have been behind the play in front of the net. I think he had a hold of somebody.
Yeah, he was over here when that whistle came, and again, way away from the play. Probably an ill-advised penalty. So he's definitely pleading his case, though.
So Nepple finding the score sheet as he's been a little bit snake-bitten this year, and we saw it early in the first as where he had a wide-open net and wasn't able to capitalize. So he'll probably feel a little bit better about finding the back of the net as we see Henry of the Panthers in the corner try to center. Puck played off of McDonald's skate, and shot rebound goes just wide. It's a wide open net. If McDonald doesn't get a skate on that, that's probably in the back of the net there for the Panthers as he gets control and fires it down the ice. Brushert and McDonald on the kill, as we saw earlier in the game. Did an effective job. Panthers will start away with it. Gus Peterson skates through McDonald's check and into the Blades zone. He's harassed by Brushert. He takes him down. And puck will be played into the near side corner. Brushert comes away with it. He shoots it down. This time it'll be McDonald who chases the puck. And he's going to go down into the corner with Lou Wesa. Wesa skates away from him. Centering attempt gets through everybody, comes all the way to Craig, and he regroups to Ekrin. Ekrin's going to fire it down. He's got Nepple up ice. Knocked down nicely there by Wesa. Comes right to Nepple of the Blades. Plays to Ekrin. Fires it down again. That gets through Henry and it'll come all the way down. Casti of the Blades. It's going to meet Henry behind the net and tie the puck up. Now the Panthers gain control. Wesa up the ice. Casti harassing him the whole way. Cuts to the middle, loses the puck temporarily. Tries to hit Henry, and Cassi's got a break if he hurries. At the end of his shift, you can see he's tired. Leaves for Nepple. Scores! Backhand over Wesa for the goal. 3-1 Blades at a shorthanded goal with 18 seconds to go in the Panther power play as Casti breaks up a pass inside the zone, out of gas, but is able to find a way to get the puck to Nepple, who finishes again.
Nice play by Casti, dropping the stick down, taking away that cross-seam pass.
That's a Blades goal.
Yes, it is, Tony.
And Casti going down, he was getting, he had a man draped all over him, was able to find Nepple, and Nepple was able to finish.
Puck controlled by the Blades. Shot in on net by Brewer on the dump attempt. And that'll be controlled by the Panthers. They go D to D behind the net. Turnover to McDonald. He centers. Just misses Brusher.
Netball. Assisted on the play by number 17, Grayson Casti. That's netball from Casti. That's good hockey.
Blades full strength. We'll get the second goal call here in just a minute, because that was the first one on the power play. So special teams battle, coach. Maybe we should have done the keys of the game earlier, as we see Brewer fire one that goes just wide, played off of the stick of goalie Riley Wesa. Puck controlled by the Panthers. They'll shoot it in. Staff stands his man up at the line, but probably got the worst of it. As McDonald centers the puck for Brusher, gets through him. He gets a stick on it. Now he's all alone with Ritter. Ritter tries to shoot as he was 2-on-0 with Brusher off the wall, and a good back check was able to break that up. Now the Panthers scrambling a bit. They finally work it out to neutral ice. Over the line, weak shot in on net as that was tipped by Ekrin. He takes a hit in the near side corner. Puck played to Neppel. Now to Brewer, and now to Lopez, who's got room to skate. He's 1-on-3, turns back and waits for help. Centers, Neppel gets through a man to the net. Forehand, backhand, laid in the crease. And it's scrum behind the net. That just about crossed the line as Neppel's on fire now and is attacking the net. Works it high. Back down in the corner, just misses Ekrin. He comes together with the Panther, and Park Rapids will control. And they'll shoot it out to neutral ice. Now Craig back. Defends nicely. And then goes hard into the end wall. And that'll be controlled by Lopez back up through middle. Leaves for Neppel. He has trouble with it. And Park Rapids will regain control. Their centering attempt is off a stick and right onto the stick of Ekrin. And Blades will go D to D. Shot down, touched by Neppel to negate the icing. He'll go for a change. Lopez stays out to pressure the puck. Reverse behind the net for Park Rapids. Centering attempt off a stick and up in the air as Ethan Tirola got a piece of it, and now we'll chase it down. Turned over to Tirola on the inside the Blades zone. Now they regain control, and it's Ekrin up ice for the Blades. Centering attempt comes right to Brusher. His shot goes just wide as Lopez was going to the net. Now Hoffman fires through a screen. I'm not sure how Wesa saw that one, but he got a piece of it somehow. Puck comes back to Peterson just inside the line. Skates into the corner. Centering attempt comes right back to him. Now he plays it to Brushard. Brushard behind the net and up to the line. Comes to Hoffman. He fires. Loose puck. Ekrin. Shot was deflected just wide. Puck played back to Hoffman again. Holds. Shoots wide off the end wall. That'll be controlled by the Panthers. Tried to ice it. That's off of Henry, and it comes back into the zone. Shot out of there again. Henry gloved it down, and he comes away with speed. Stutter step, fires and scores. He's dangerous. That's his second goal of the game. Just beats Gilbertson clean on a one-on-one.
Yeah, I think that's a guy you definitely want to gap up and try to get a body on him at the blue line if you possibly can. That was a kind of a lucky play with Park Rapids guy. I think was just trying to ice the puck down, and he hits him. And
so that's pretty characteristic of Park Rapids. Is they attempted to ice the puck 3 times. It actually just hit Henry. He just gloved it down, and then away he goes, and he scores.
Yeah.
So they were on the ropes, and all of a sudden they're scoring a goal.
Yeah.
Big collision between Ball.
Henry, assisted on the play by number 15, Colton Hauser.
Puck played D to D by the Blades. Now it's controlled by Neppel. Neppel crossed the ice to Lopez. In his feet, picks it up. And reverses ice. That's going to come to Casti. Centering play just out of the reach of Neppel. Ekrin will pick it up. Skated into the corner. Centering attempt for Lopez. That doesn't go anywhere. And Park Rapids skates away with it. Brovold with some speed. Going to come wide. He shoots. Gilbertson plays that to the corner. Spins off a check, and now it's controlled by Lopez. Leaves for Neppel. Neppel with speed. Skates by Peterson slash. Takes a hit and keeps on going. Good stick check to take the puck off of him. And back come Park Rapids as we got some end-to-end hockey all of a sudden, Coach.
Yeah, it's definitely want to wind this up for both teams now. Ooh, nifty move.
Lopez just about had his man beat. Got him to the ice, but couldn't get around him. Now comes McDonald. Spins off a check. Comes out of the corner. Plays the puck to Casti. Casti to Hoffman. Hoffman fires. Rebound. Loose. And there's a whistle.
Nice play by Casti to just look to Hoffman. I think a lot of times we try to center that puck right there, and there isn't a whole lot of space there in front of Park Rapids net to try to bang something home. But then Casti's right there at the doorstep with a Hoffman shot. And almost sneaks one by the goaltender there.
So the team's trading chances a bit here in the second. We have some fire wagon hockey going. Back and forth as the Blades control off the draw. Brewer to Hoffman. Hoffman's shot goes off a stick. Be controlled by Brewer. He goes down to get it. Now plays into the corner for McDonald. He puts a stick on it. Comes to Ritter. Ritter's centering attempt goes nowhere. And he gets it right back though. Turns, fires, and just shoots it into the corner. That'll come down for Brusher behind the net. Skates by Peterson, working high in the zone. To Brewer, to Hoffman. Loads up, fires through traffic. Shot just goes wide as that was deflected. Just missed the far side post as now Henry turns the puck over high in the zone. And Brewer's able to stick check him. McDonald puts him in the wall. Still has the puck, beats 2-3 men, cuts to the middle, takes a stick check. Hoffman finally drives him out to the neutral zone as he's had enough. Puck now played up the near side wall. Comes right back to Henry, and he's scrappy. Hoffman is hell-bent on defending him and knocks the stick out of his hand. Now it's a 2-on-1 for the Blades. McDonald down the side. Shoots high off the glass. Bounces right out to the middle, and it'll come right back to Henry. He misses Peterson at the line as Brewer had stepped up on him. Luke Craig controls the puck. Now comes to Casti. Played to the weak side. That's just out of the reach of Brewer. Chipped in by the Panthers. And Luke Craig goes hard into the corner. Rims it around to the near side wall for Casti. He plays it up ice for Lopez. Stutter step. Makes his man fall. Cuts to the inside. Still has it. Behind back and just misses far side. As he had everyone jumping behind the net on that move. Now he's going to take a hit after the whistle. Casti's going to come in and help him out. And things are heating up in Stern Arena.
Wow, 12. How about that? He looks back, fools the defenseman, and then basically deked the goalie right out of his pads, but just couldn't quite finish.
2-5er for the Panthers. Bryce Zupke is hearing it from the fans as he got absolutely undressed by Lopez. And now Lopez comes in, delivers a hit. And he's going to go to the box. His tempers are starting to flare a little bit. Craig spins off a check.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that call, but maybe his elbow was up.
Lopez looking for, again, trying to probably just build a little momentum, generate a little bit of intensity, and comes in, maybe finishes just a little bit high with the elbow. I think probably didn't even attempt to play the puck, just looking to play man the whole way, and they're generally going to call that. Whether it's an elbow or not, they're always going to look to make that call.
Yeah, player had his head down. That's a good read right there for the guy, defending.
So can the Blades special teams magic continue as we see Connor Ball try to get past Brewer, and that's to no avail. Plays it up to neutral ice where it'll be controlled by the Panthers. Neppel hard on the puck. Back down the wall come the Panthers. Shot from the outside, gloved by Gilbertson. And we'll get a whistle with 7:07 to go in the second. It's been a fun one.
Yeah, up and down, kind of wide open. Definitely more wide open than the game on Tuesday. That was very zone play, like from zone to zone. Spent a lot of time in one end.
I would agree. There wasn't a lot of rushing. And maybe it's just because we were stuck on one end of the rink, but it certainly seemed that way, didn't it? As you see the Panthers control shot, Gilbertson steers that to the corner. It's going to come back to the blue line. Panthers looking for that seam pass. Work it across. Shot gets blocked from the outside. Another shot blocked from the outside. McDonald in the lane. controlled by the Panthers. Misplay. McDonald gets a stick on it. He'll get it to neutral. Force the Panthers to regroup there. They'll re-enter the zone. Centering attempt broken up. They regain control. Work back to the middle of the ice. That's Brovold. He reverses. Now it's play to the line. Back to the middle. Christinger fires. Glove down. Controlled by the Blades. Hoffman tries to clear, but ball took the puck off of him. Bounces around. And the bad blood continues as ball gets put into the Blades net after the whistle and a bit of a cross-check to the low back.
There's a message is being sent by both teams that you're going to go to the paint, you're going to get something, right?
You're going to pay the price. Hoffman certainly giving it to the bench as he skates by. He's been intense. You could tell 2 shifts ago he made it his mission that he is going to check number 7 of the Panthers, and he's sending a message with his physical play here in the second. Henry off the wall, spins. Watched by Casti. Puck back to the middle. Shot. Steered wide. I'm not sure if that got to Gilbertson or not. Might have been deflected by traffic. Henry loads up. Cuts to the middle. Fires. That's deflected high. That'll be controlled by the Blades' Luke Craig. Off the glass and out with 22 to go here on the Panther power play. Nepple coming with speed. Wessa better be careful. He's going to get truck sticked if he wants to come out and play the puck. And he's going to try to get in the lane. He's fair game as far as I'm concerned. Napple puts his man in. We're going to get a second call here. That was about as soft as 10-ply. Henry with the puck. Steps to the middle. Fires. That's high and wide. And Nepple will touch the puck. Blades at full strength, but right back to the box as Nepple is going to get called for boarding, is my guess.
Well, they're going to talk about it, huh? Yeah, they want to converse here to see what they saw and make sure they try to get they got to call a cross-check on it.
Did not find that egregious in any way. And he's coming back hard on the play, and it'll be a 2-minute penalty, but again, I thought that's maybe one they could have let go. I don't have a problem with the Lopez check, but I thought that was just a hard play.
Yeah.
So, as we have seen so often this year, the Blades finding themselves in penalty trouble with 5 to go here in the second. Back-to-back, almost like a 4-minute power play here for the Panthers as they'll control. Christinger back to the wall, looking to form a high cycle. Brushered all over that play, and he's going to go. He's gone. Brushered in all alone on the break. Shorthanded, fires wide as he's trying to go high on Wessa. Same as McDonald a few shifts ago. And the Blades see something there, but they got to hit the net. His ball skates away from McDonald through neutral ice. Leaves for Christinger in his feet. McDonald takes him to the wall, turns him over, and clears the puck down the ice. Set up there by Riley Wesa behind the net for Brovold. McDonald's going to guard him. And now he'll skate away. Misses Henry on the clearing attempt. Casti puts a stick check on that right to McDonald. He turns and fires it back down again. 54 to go here on the power play. Casti comes in with a big check. Ties the puck up here on the near side corner. Now Brovold will skate away with it for the Panthers. He's guarded by Ekron. Gets the line, shoots from the outside. Easily gloved down by Gilbertson. With 39 to go here on the power play for the Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers out shooting the Blades right now 20-16, but a heavy dose of those shots are just like what we just saw there, kind of a harmless shot from out deep.
Casti wins the draw to the wall, be controlled by Henry, and then Casti comes over to help out and gets the clear. He's going to get up ice and put pressure on the puck. Strips, ties it up on the wall, comes away with it. Good work by 17. He's had his fingerprints all over this game. As now it's cleared, played up to Gus Peterson. He enters the zone. Brewer with a good stick check to break up the centering attempt, and Jack Ekron backhands it down the ice, where it'll be set up by Riley Wesa. Puck played behind the Panther net. Gus Peterson again enters from the outside. Big hip check from Hoffman. He sends him into the wall. And Hoffman has been a force this period. And he's still tied up with Peterson. And it's chipped out by Brushert. And it gets through Ritter as he comes together with Henry in the corner. Henry reverses the puck. Brushert there, puts his man into the wall. Turns the puck over, plays it to Ritter. Ritter tries to get backdoor to McDonald. That doesn't go through. Now it comes to Brushert. Spins off the wall. Shot deflected. McDonald's tied up in front, looking for a deflection. Puck turned over, comes right to Hoffman. He loads one up, but that goes well wide. Blades first to the puck again. Chipped into the corner. Comes to McDonald. He scrums it there with the Panther defender, and they still do battle. Now Bryce Zubke back on the ice. Puck cleared to the line. Henry pokes it out. It'll be one-on-one with Hoffman. Dances to the outside. Tied up well. Comes back and defended well by Brewer. Now Brewer with the puck. Skates away from pressure. Works it over to Ritter on the near side. Dumps it in. And we got a penalty coming on.
No, it's icing.
Icing, okay.
Yeah, I think Ritter didn't quite get the line there. Just one more stride and he would have been there. I love the defense there on Finn Henry. I mean, he's a handful, and they swarmed him there.
Defense by committee there, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, you gotta do that sometimes.
Well, he's got 9 goals in 3 games. I mean, Akron buries his man as he's looking down for the puck. The Blades coming out, maybe the most physical game I've seen him play this year. Brovold spins off a check, centering attempt, comes right to Lopez. Neppel plays it up for Cassidy off the backhand. Cassidy up the wall, plays it to himself nicely. Backhand, forehand, over to Neppel. The big save, Riley West is sliding across, getting the pillow on the Easton Neppel shot. And back the other way come the Panthers. Shot in wide, comes right to Neppel. He tries to lead for Cassidy. Step down on by the Panther defender. West is gonna come out and play the puck. That would have been icing. Not sure. He got his signals crossed there from the official. Blades have the puck low in the zone. It's Lopez. Turns, fires, leaves. Brushert works it back to Craig in the middle. Craig settles it down. Works it to Lopez. He comes off the wall, fires off the side of the net. Comes right back to him. Puck played off the stanchion, right to the middle of the ice, and it's controlled by the Blades. Lopez in the middle, shot, goal!
Yes.
Finally, Lopez shoots the puck from the middle. I feel like he's had it there several times in the last 2 games, and he pulls the trigger, and he beats Riley Wesa to the glove side.
Yeah, I think that play right there, like we talked about earlier, just taking the puck to the middle and getting shots on net is going to result to more scoring. You just see a simple play to the middle, one-on-one with the goalie, a little bit of a screen there in front, and Jackson knows what to do with it.
So 1:01 to go in the period, and that's a big one for the Blades as they needed to separate as the pressure continues. Mike Peterson puts it behind the net for Jack Ekron. Ekron takes a hit. Brushert comes in, finishes his man. Hoffman creeps down to hold the zone. Tries to play to Brushert. Now Brushert peels off. Misses Ekron on the far side. His centering attempt goes right to a Panther, and they'll control with 33 to go. Blades not giving up as Akron pressures the puck, pokes it right in on Wesa. He steers it to the side. Now it's behind the net. Brushert finishes his man hard. Again, a Panther goes to the ice off a Blades check. The puck scrummed on the wall with 20 seconds to play. And Akron and Brushert finally work it free. Comes right to the Panthers. They'll try to skate away. Peterson coming back hard. Thinks about finishing his man, but lets up at the last minute as the Blades probably trying to stay out of the box here. Back through the middle. And that'll do it for the period. As Tipper's flaring just a little bit here. Bodies flying around. And a lot of contact in the second.
Yeah, I like the physical presence that the Blades brought that period. It was nice to see them finishing their checks and playing a real physical game, even though they had to kill a bunch of penalties in turn. But you look at that, come out, score 3 goals, had to kill, 4 penalties that period on top of that? Gave up 1 goal to Park Rapids, but Nice individual effort by Finn Henry on that goal that he did score that period, but Blades played well.
So we mentioned special teams to start the period, and sure enough, the Blades came up big as they got a shorthanded goal and a power play goal.
Not right now, but like during the games for goal.
So Blades getting a goal there towards the end, basically just off of hard work. Looks to me that the Blades are just outworking Park Rapids in the offensive zone right now to get to loose pucks and to extend plays and the defense pinching down and holding the zone. And that was the difference, I think, in that period, especially towards the end as they got the goal to kind of pull away. And now, again, with a 2-goal cushion, probably feeling a little bit better going into the third period.
Yeah, I think so. That goal right there is what we talked about with Jackson Lopez just walking the puck to the middle. Towards the end of the period, Jack Eckern, he had the puck on the half wall over there, and he looked to pass and turn it over. I think nobody was really on him. He could have skated that thing to the middle, probably gained the dot before he had to shoot. I think these guys, they would, and, kudos, being a pass-first team can create a lot of offense, but sometimes you just need to walk that puck off the wall and try to be a little bit selfish in the gameplay and try to score.
Yeah, so Blades scoring 2 goals, 3 goals.
3 goals.
3 goals that period to really pull away from Park Rapids. Look like we'll be joined here by one of the Panthers. I believe it'll be Finn Henry here in just a second. We'll just kind of watch our monitor to see if he's ready here. Any other thoughts on the second period, Coach?
No, the intensity was really good. They were able to execute. I think they obviously didn't want to giving up that goal, but to come away scoring 3 was a big deal.
All right, we're just about ready here downstairs with our second intermission interview. We'll be joined by the Panthers captain, senior number 7, Finn Henry. Finn, can you hear us down there?
Folks, if you bought a 50-50 raffle ticket,
Finn, you got us down there?
drawing.
Say again.
Well, you got us, Finn? Can you hear us?
All right, kids, let's clear the ice for the Zamboni, please.
Yeah, I think, not sure. I'm sure Finn can hear us, but we can't hear him, unfortunately. Tony will get something worked out down there. I hope. We'll give him just a second here if we can get his audio.
78, 85, 95. 2.
It doesn't look like it's going to work out. We appreciate Finn for trying to join us. And for whatever reason, not able to get his audio. Well, we appreciate Finn for trying to join us here. We'll see if we can't maybe get that fixed and get his thoughts maybe post-game here.
Yeah, so big period coming up here for the Blades. Obviously, they need to protect a 2-goal lead, but hopefully they can build off of that as well.
Yeah, agreed. Well, we'll take a short break. We'll be back for what's been a really entertaining game in all aspects. Goal scoring, hitting, intensity, the whole works. So we thank you for joining us, and we will catch up with you here in the third period.
Well, they can still.
So can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's working. So.
No? Okay, no, not a problem.
I don't know. I think he probably told him to take a hike, honestly. We'll see. He might have said, wait a minute. All right, welcome back here. Third period action, live from beautiful Stern Arena. It's what's been a fun contest here between the BW Blades and the Park Rapids Panthers in kind of a strange week. So we had a makeup game on Tuesday where the Blades were making up a game from early in the year and actually went up to Park Rapids, and then right back here on Thursday for the home tilt against the same Panther team. So breeds a little bit of familiarity, and that may be why we're seeing a little bit more intensity here, Coach.
Yeah, I think just like a note for next year, we should talk to Woods about doing more back-to-back like this. I kind of like this game here.
This is great.
They're not playing reserve like they were when they first saw each other on Tuesday. Both teams are a little bit more open, definitely a lot more physical. And even though I think Blades were pretty physical on Tuesday, this is up even another level.
Yeah, I would agree. It gives both teams a chance to adjust their game. And you can certainly see even the Panthers adjusted their game plan, a completely different style, because they really were quite passive in Park Rapids for long stretches, and really now kind of end-to-end rush and involved in the game more as we see the Blades control the puck here as Lopez is knocked to the ice but still works the puck high. Hoffman fires one on, that goes just wide. Puck's going to come around. Brewer thinks better of it and decides to back out. Panthers across the line, big hip check, and then a good stick check. So hip check by Brewer, and then a stick check by Hoffman. Turn the puck over as Casti works it back up to Lopez. And it's a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Lopez down the wall. Loads one up, fires.
Ooh, that was close.
Just about squeaked over the line.
The goaltender slammed that shot right at the last second, but that 5-hole was there. And kind of a smart play there by Jackson. I think the only thing maybe he could have done differently is gone to that far post with Easton going to the net. But nonetheless, the goaltender had to make a nice save on that play.
So Riley Weiss getting the start tonight over Logan Felton, who made 36 stops on Tuesday night for the Panthers. McDonald chips a puck loose, works it to Ritter. Ritter to the line, D to Ekron. Ekron loads one, fires on the ice. Short side goes wide. Luke Craig pinches down the wall to hold the zone. Panthers will control. Centering attempt broken up by Brushert. Now Gus Peterson picks it up for the Panthers. He's got a man up ice. It's Henry, always opportunistic, over the line. Makes a move on Ekron and works it high. Shot turned aside by Gilbertson with the pillows. Craig buries his man in the wall. Still controlled by the Panthers though. Puck brought to the middle of the ice and now centered. Well, the Panthers control. Puck played to Henry. He has trouble with it. Ritter steals it off of him, chips and skates around his man. Plays the puck to himself in the corner. Goes hard into the end wall on the Panther check. Now works it up the wall to Casti. Casti to the middle. Turned over by Henry. It's a 2-on-2 with Peterson, Henry, Ekron, and Neppelback. Now the Blades have help coming back in the form of Grayson Casti, who strips the puck off of Henry. Comes back to him in the corner, centering attempt just out of the reach of Peterson. That'll come to neutral ice where Lopez plays it. Takes it back into his zone and plays to Ekron. Ekron up the wall to Neppel, who just gives it a chip. That'll come all the way down the ice. Casti pressures Zupke behind the play, and he just turns it all the way back. Played by Brewer, who has a little bit of trouble, but has plenty of time. Works the puck over to Hoffman, who escapes. Lopez with the puck on the far side. Takes it wide into the corner. Bumped by Torola. And icing will be waved as Panthers shot the puck. Must have been touched by the Blades. Brewer back, reverses ice. That'll come clearing around to Neppel. Leaves for Casti. Casti gets his head up at the last minute to avoid a check from the Panthers' number 15, Colton Hauser.
I would be asking the ref why it's going to be right there. That was more of a scramble play, an intentional offsides. But yeah, nice job there. Nice start of the period. Nice flow for the Blades.
So Ball and Brusher come together. Puck will be controlled by the Blades as Hoffman Chips it off the wall to Brusher, who puts a stick on it. Mikey Peterson comes in with a shoulder. Big shoulder from Hoffman, who continues his physical play as he has been a force all game long. Puck now played behind the Blades net. Controlled by Brewer. Misses Brushert. Ball steps in, takes the puck. Jack Eckren controls for the Blades. He skates away through neutral ice. Comes wide with it and kind of gets crossed up with Peterson and is forced to dump it deep. Controlled by the Panthers' Christinger behind the net. Now Ball takes a hit from Peterson. Held in nicely by Hoffman. He centers, comes right to Eckren. He's checked by Ball, and it's played behind the net. Christinger now rims it up the wall. That's going to come all the way to Brewer. He fires one on. Peterson there. Thought about maybe getting a stick on it as it came in on Wesa, but he was able to glove it down without any problems.
Yeah, just split second too late to take his eyes, but nice little play there going from low to high and a shot on net.
So 4-2 Blades, 13:25 to go here in the third period. Shots 21-20 in favor of the Panthers. Played up to the line, controlled by Luke Craig. Turns, fires it all the way back in. Lopez comes down and pressures the puck. Plays it up to the line. Now back to Lopez, kicks it down for Casti. Casti takes a hit, leaves for Lopez. Played up to the half wall, is cut off by Neppel. Neppel with room, skates, gives to Lopez behind the net. He's looking for something. Hard rims it up to the line, where it's controlled by the Blades defense. Played down in the corner for Casti from Craig. Now played back to Craig. Stutter step, walks around his man. Down the wall, fires, stick save, Wesa. Rebound comes to Neppel. Centering attempt, nobody there. Deflection comes right to Craig. He puts it in the corner. It'll come to Casti. Plays it to himself off his skates. Plays up for Neppel, now to Lopez in the middle. Stutter step, walks wide, looking to shoot. Does it the last minute, shoots and scores.
Yes. See, we need that kind of play right there.
Finds its way through. Not sure entirely how that got through. I thought I heard it hit its stick, but it must have hit Wace's stick, deflected between his legs.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see from the angle, but it definitely hit his stick, and it kind of just found its way through the wickets. I like that play by Jackson, just being patient for finding the net. Again, a lot of passing we've been doing, but man, it's nice to shoot and score, and this is maybe some of the stuff that we've been missing all season.
Yeah, you're seeing less east to west passing. You're seeing more puck possession and control, and more shooting tonight, I think, out of the Blades. At least, I should say, quality shots.
Quality
from the inside of the ice. Maybe not as much volume, certainly not as much volume, but better quality shots from the Blades, and that's made all the difference tonight.
Yeah, I think when you look at comparative to Tuesday night, definitely a lot more shots on net, but everything was from out high in the perimeter where, you know Jackson's taking that shot in between the dots.
Brushert muscles the puck, but it's controlled by the Panthers, and they'll come away with it.
For the Blades,
2-on-2.
at 4:37 in the third period, number 12, Jackson Lopez, assisted on the play by number 17, Grayson Casti, and number 24, Charlie Eckren. That's Lopez from Casti and Eckren. That's good hockey.
Hoffman at the line fires high. That'll be gloved down by Wayside and played into the corner. McDonald battles there. Turns the puck over, tries to shoot it back in. Cleared up to neutral, and the Panthers will control. Ritter helps out on the back check. Brewer with the puck. Nice move to get it in the zone. And the Blades will change. Brewer continues on. Puts some pressure on the play. D-to-D behind the net, and the Panthers come away. Centering attempt goes nowhere. It comes over to Neppel. He crosses the line, cuts to the middle, stays onside. Check by Ball. Blades caught in a change. Ball back. Neppel comes back to take the puck off of him. And played back for Luke Craig. He goes behind his net to Eckren. Played up the wall for Lopez. He skates out of trouble and plays it back to the far side for Neppel. He leads for Casti. Casti over the red line. Drives wide. He's well defended. Stops up. Back door for Lopez.
Nice.
Beautiful pass. Grayson Casti hits the brakes, spins, finds the man on the back door, And it's 6-2 Blades on their 22nd shot of the game.
Nice timing play by Jackson Lopez, finding that seam, and great play by Jackson to have Grayson to have his head up, and finding Jackson come there on the backdoor play.
This might be a line that we see a little bit more of in the future. What do you think, Coach?
They're looking good. I mean, that's got to be Grayson's 4th point. I think that's a hat trick now for Jackson, right?
For Lopez, yes. And as you see, Brusher flip the puck to Coach Wurtzma. So Casti again all over the score sheet tonight, like we mentioned earlier. both Nepal and Lopez doing their parts as they're counted on to score. And I know we're frustrated after Tuesday as we see the Panthers put a puck on Gilbertson who melts her down.
Yeah, this is probably more of the game that we...
Number 12, Jackson Lopez. Assisted on the play by number 17, Grayson Casti. That's Lopez from Casti. That's good hockey.
Hoffman spins off a check, controlled by Henry centering attempt. Gilbertson had to be sharp there, as that was a quick one. Off the Finn Henry centering attempt to, I believe, that was Tirola with the shot. Now Brusher controls out of the zone. He's harassed by Tirola, flips it in, and Ethan Tirola will be back for the Panthers. He has trouble behind his net. Brusher ties him up. Ekron comes in to help. Scrummed around the side. And now back behind the net as Holverson was helping. Still tied up behind the net. Hoffman's shot is blocked by Tirola, and it comes clear down where Brewer will play the puck. He sends it around for Hoffman. Hoffman spins away from Henry and gives it back to Brewer. Brewer off the wall to Ekron. Off the wall to Casti. Has some trouble as it was in his skates. Still finds a way to control. Tries to leave. Now he stick checks it off of a Panther. Comes in, shoots low glove. Rebound attempt from Lopez goes just wide. Again, Casti causing problems out there. Comes right back to him in the middle of the ice again. Now Gus Peterson picks it up for the Panthers. Over the line, leaves. Neppel's there to interrupt the play as he was trying to get it to Henry. And now Henry chases Lopez in the blade zone. Lopez works it to Craig. Craig with room to skate. Comes over the line and drives into the corner. Centering attempt, nobody there. Lazy clear attempt comes right to Staver, who puts her wide. And Neppel picks the puck up behind the Panther goal. Turns and fires off the side of the net. Comes right back to him. And now Henry skates away with it. He's 1-on-3. Again, well defended by the Blades with numbers. Still dangerous. Still finds a way to center. Shot goes just wide. As there you can get a look at Finn Henry and how dangerous he can be. Made something out of nothing on a 1-on-3. Now Casti at the other end. Loads up, fires and scores. Grayson Casti beating Riley Wesa under the arm. And his second goal of the game.
Just keeps on piling up for him. 5-point game so far for him. 2 goals, I believe 3 assists. So he's got the playmaker already. See if he can get the hat trick here before the game ends.
He's just one fight away from a Gordy at this point. He has been an absolute beast tonight. I don't know what he had for breakfast, but I want some of it.
Yeah.
7-2 Blades now, with 8:14 to play in the game. As ball controls, McDonald pokes the puck off of him. Goes into the corner for it. He comes together with Christopher, pokes it around for...
At 8:46 in the third
played up high.
period, number 17, Grayson Casti. Assisted on the play by number 16, Wyatt Stav. That's Casti from Stav. That's good hockey.
So Wyatt Stav getting on the score sheet.
Yeah, he went down there. He made a nice play on Finn. Nice defensive play, shut that thing down, got the puck out, and was able to hit the score sheet. Nice job, Wyatt.
Puck played down for Brusher behind the net. Him and Ball come together. And Ball's going to take a penalty here as Brusher shrugged him off, and looks like it'll be a holding call. Ekron turns, fires down. That'll come all the way around. Blades get the extra attacker on, and it's Casti.
Why not?
And puck cleared into the corner, and that'll be touched by the Panthers. As we see, interference will be called on number 17, Connor Ball.
maybe just getting a tad bit frustrated on the weigh bench right now, and a team or a game where they saw a 4-1 victory on Tuesday, and now they find themselves down by 5 here, halfway through the third period, and now have to kill a penalty.
So Casti out there with Lopez, McDonald, Neppel, and Hoffman at the top. He works it over to Lopez. Backdoor for Neppel. And my grandma could have scored that one, but Bobby puts it off the side of the net somehow. That was a gaping, wide open net. Nice look from the back door from Lopez as we see Hoffman ring one off Huesa's mask and into the corner. Now played back to Lopez. Steps around Henry, leaves for Casti. He's out of the corner, works, fires. That's deflected, comes to Neppel. He's checked by Torola. And McDonald and Christinger come together. Now Casti works it up high. It's going to come to Lopez. Fakes the shot, works to Hoffman. Hoffman to Neppel. Neppel on the half wall, back to the middle. Held nicely by Hoffman. He fires, shoots, and scores on the McDonald screen in front of the net. Hoffman had his eyes up the whole way. You could see that Huesa couldn't see a thing, and he put it in the right spot.
Yeah, that's one thing Hoffman does like to do, or at least does really well, is keep his eyes up. He does like to shoot from the point, and he found his screen. I think that was Kai McDonald in front of the net, right? Taking away the goalie's eyes.
Taking his eyes, doing his job on the power play. So the Blades rolling here, 8-2, as they have been snake bitten at times this year and had a hard time scoring goals, but not tonight. As the Panthers play the puck into the near side corner. And the hitting won't stop as Brushard finishes his man hard into the wall. Now Wyatt Stav with the puck in neutral ice. He's going to turn and just fire it down.
For the Blades, a power play goal at 10:21 in the third period. Number 2, Josh Hoffman. Assisted on the play by number 28, Easton Neppel. And number 12, Jackson Lopez. That's Hoffman from Neppel and Lopez. That's good hockey.
Puck played to Mike Peterson from Wyatt Stav. He turns and fires, misses Ekrin. That might be icing. And they're going to wave it off as it didn't quite get there. And the Panthers are controlling their own end. Peterson comes in hard. Brushard breaks up a centering attempt, holds the zone nicely. Peterson shoots it deep. He chases the Panther defender down, comes right back to him on a soft play behind the net. Now it'll be controlled by Brushard. He goes back behind the net for Peterson. Spin move by the Panther defender, and they'll come away with it, skating through neutral ice. To take the puck wide, Craig checks his man well into the sidewall, and it's dumped into the corner. Panthers play it behind the Blades net. Wide stab there. Centering attempt goes through everybody. Zubke with the shot from the point. Played into the corner by Gilbertson. Centering attempt comes right to Gilbertson as the Panthers show a little bit of life with 4:55 to go in the third period as the clock continues to tick as we're in running time with a 6-goal deficit.
Yeah, it's always an interesting thing when the goaltender sees a shot after for the first time from probably 10 minutes, and Kale was able to track that thing just fine.
Puck played off the side of the net. Centering attempt gets right through ball. Neppel controls, skates away, hits the red line. Tries to put a move on the Panther defender, and I guess it was offside as the stick handle put the Blades just offside.
Yeah, I think a play like that, you have the defenseman was lining up Neppel there. I think if he can cross over the middle a little bit more just to get some more wide ice available to him and leverage his speed on that zone entry.
Puck controlled by the Blades. Lopez fires it down. Played off the sidewall. Now back to Neppel. Now back to Ekrin. Shoots it on. Huesa had a little bit of a tough time because nobody was in front of him, and rebound played out, laid in the slot for a minute. Now played back into the Blade zone by the Panthers, controlled by Lopez. Fans on the pass, regroups, escapes a ball check, leaves for Hoffman. Hoffman has Neppel through the middle, elects to keep it, hits the red line, drives wide, chips in low behind the net. Casti wins the race, tried to center for Neppel, but ball broke that up. And puck's played back to neutral ice. Hoffman with it. D to D for Ekron. Ekron back to the middle for Cassie. He turns and backhands it into the zone. That'll be controlled by the Panthers. Big hit as Hoffman steps up on his man in neutral ice. And he goes to the bench for a change. Now Hoffman finds Neppel streaking through the middle. Good stick check at the last minute by the Panther defender. Controlled by Lopez. Looks to shoot. Center, Casty, backhand wide. Rapid tip, shot in a goal,
That's a goal.
maybe?
They're celebrating like it is. Yeah, they pointed.
Shot in a goal as Lopez wrapped the net. And I thought he beat him to the far post, and sure enough he did. So 9-2 Blades. 2:38 to go here in the third period. As they continue to pour it on. Probably still a little bit bitter from Tuesday night is my guess.
Yeah, I think that one scarred a lot of them. I don't think any of them really, and you have to drive a 2-hour bus ride after that on a yellow bus. That's punishment enough, let alone a loss.
Back in the day, they say Warroad would make, Kerry Eads, Coach Warroad, he'd make his players ride the bus in their cold, wet equipment all the way back to Warroad if they lost.
In the third period, number 12, Jackson Lopez, assisted on the play by number 28, Easton Neppel. That's Lopez from Neppel. That's good hockey.
McDonald controls, works it up to the line to Hoffman, steps out, back to McDonald. He fires, tipped in front. I believe that was off of Ritter. And now Finn Henry still has his motor going. Stick check, comes right back to him. Him and McDonald do battle. Brusher comes down to help. Brusher. And we got a little bit of stuff going on behind the play now as Gus Peterson came together with Ritter, and Ritter gave him a swat with the stick. They'll play on as Panthers control the puck. And puck gets through to Hoffman, who's just going to flip it down. That should be on net, and that'll go for an ice. And we'll probably see the remainder of the final minute 04 here just tick away as they set up for this face-off.
Yeah, so good rebound for the Blades here tonight. They haven't even generated more shots tonight than they did the other night, and just much more efficient on the scoring.
So last face-off of the game most likely here, controlled by the Blades. Cassie to Craig. Craig over to Neppel. He skates up the near side wall. Has Lopez streaking, elects to keep it himself. Skates into the corner, looks to center, right to Cassie, shot and a goal again.
Yeah, that line was not going to give up, huh?
That'll be Cassie's hat trick.
Yep. And he helped himself out.
Grabs the puck himself.
That line was sending messages, I think.
So with about 50 seconds to go and a defensive zone draw, looked like Park Rapids maybe kind of just thought the game was over, and Blades had other ideas, and that will be it. They'll let the clock just wind down here at this point as the Blades win 10-2 in a game they needed to have, and maybe made a bit of a statement as they weren't happy with the way things went on Tuesday and wanted to show people they were a better team than maybe what the score showed up in Park Rapids.
I think you and I, most of the parent group, the coaching staff, and the Blades players expected games like this far more often throughout the season. So let's hope this is more of a sign of things to come, and this isn't just a fluke game.
Well, they certainly seem to have some chemistry and some things clicking. We'll have to see what happens here in the future with the lineup and what lines shake out to be. And I'm sure Matt Peterson will re-enter the lineup here at some point in the near future. And the Blades will have another home contest on Saturday as I believe Kitson Central comes to town.
Yep.
And so they'll look to just kind of take this momentum and keep on rolling.
Yeah, Kitson Central is a team.
So we're going to get the shots here from...
Third period, 8 saves on 13 shots for 22 total saves on the game, 71%. For the Blades, number 33, Cale Gilbertson. First period saves 10 on 11 shots. Second period, 8 saves on 9 shots. Third period, a perfect 7 for 7 for a total of 25 game saves and 93%.
So big bounce back game here for the Blades. Again, nice to see, like we talked about. Certainly, performer of the game had to go to Grayson Casti. I believe Lopez also had the hat trick.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that a guy who scored a hat trick didn't get player of the game, and Lopez certainly did his part, as did Nepal. But Casti with the hat trick and I believe 3 assists. So he had 6 points, 3 and 3.
Oh, he might have had 4 or 2. I don't know, but he got the game going with his first goal. And when you look at that, it was 1-1 after one period.
It was 2-1, I believe. No, it was 1-1.
Yeah, it was 1-1, and Blades came away 4-2 after the second period. But shots. They had a lead in shots, and good game by Kale. Only giving up 2 on 27 shots. That's kind of the what you want to see out of your goaltender is 2 goals on almost 30 shots is that's an okay thing. But big statement when they're top line driving the offense. I think all the offense came through the top line. Not saying that there was no offense. You saw a breakaway by Isaiah Brushert that he put it just over the net, and Kai McDonald had a great opportunity as well where he missed the spot. But great effort tonight by the Blades, and it was great to see that comeback win.
Yeah, definitely when they needed it. Hopefully they look to continue that momentum here on Saturday against Kitson. And
Kitson's a team that's going to be, I think, match up much like Park Rapids. When you look at the schedule that they run, the wins and losses, and how they score and defend and whatnot. So, if the Blades team that shows up tonight shows up on Saturday, I think you could see a high-scoring matchup in person if you guys want to come down to Stearns Arena.
And we hope that you do, as we're just kind of waiting on some media availability here from head coach Adam Wurtsema. We're going to get coach's thoughts here on the contest and the way his team played tonight. Any other performances? I thought a couple things that I really like to see. Hoffman really took it upon himself this game to really play a physical game and not allow Finn Henry to get any space.
I felt like our defense as a whole, the first period is maybe just a little too passive, a little too soft, but then I don't know if there's some adjustments there in the second period, but I thought they played a much tougher game.
All right, we are joined now by head coach Adam Wurtsema. Coach, can you hear us okay?
Yep, I can hear you guys.
All right, good. Hey, excellent performance from the team tonight. Really a good bounce back. What do you think was different tonight about the game or the game plan that allowed you guys to have success?
Obviously, we had more shots on Tuesday night, but I think tonight we maybe were a little more deliberate about getting puck to the middle of the ice and getting those shots instead of shots from the outside. So a lot more high-quality opportunities, and it was nice to see the floodgates kind of open there. Hopefully that's the thing, something of things to come, because we've been a little bit snake-bitten, so hopefully we can keep this rolling now.
Yeah, that top unit, I think, scored 8 or 9 of the goals. You had 1 goal, I think, from the defense. What were you telling the guys in order to get that kind of puck scoring production out of that unit?
Well, I think, a lot of them have really good ability to beat guys one-on-one. You got to do it the right way. You can't try and put it between their feet and try and dangle. You got to go hard one way and power turn, go back the other way and beat them and get to the net. And I think those guys did a great job doing that. And then, it was a great play by, for instance, Grayson on the rush there, where he just power turned, saw the trailer coming, passed to Jackson. And it's funny, when the guys got back to the bench, I told Grayson, great play, and I told Jackson, you had the easy part of that, just tapping it in. So, when you start doing little things like that and start hitting each other, you start building confidence, start building chemistry, and then the puck starts going to the back of the net, and good things happen.
Speaking of chemistry, we saw some different line combinations tonight. Anything you're going to take away here for Saturday's game that you can build off of?
Yeah, I think I went a little different flow with the forwards, and I think that was good. Some guys got a little more time, some guys got a little less, but we got to get our team going here and get some good flow. So,
interesting choice to go with just the 2 centers tonight. How do you feel that worked for your squad?
Yeah, I think Larry enjoyed getting back in the middle, got to skate a little more. Grayson's obviously a very good forechecker. He's really strong on his stick, so when he gets in the corners, he can win a lot of battles, and that helps free up Easton and Jackson to get opportunities because they don't have to go and do that dirty work. But, Grayson was also rewarded tonight, too, because he got the hat trick. So,
yeah. You play guys like number 7 Finn Henry, which is an exceptional individual hockey player. What do you tell your guys in the locker room to shut down guys like him, because it sometimes seems like it takes 2 or 3 guys to shut down when he's determined to go to the net.
Well, you got to know when they're on the ice, okay? And then you just know and you play accordingly, and you always make sure you have someone on them, maybe 2, and put pressure on them. Don't let them have too much space and just shut it down. But he still got 2 tonight, so that's the way it goes.
I felt Hoffman almost kind of took it as his personal mission to really shut down Finn Henry as the game went on.
I'm glad somebody did. It's good to see someone answer the bell there and like maybe try and get under someone's skin and be tough to play against. So,
what can we look forward to on Saturday with Kitson Central coming to town?
Oh, I think our team is hopefully getting into a rhythm here, and hopefully the goals keep coming and we keep moving the puck and playing with energy. And it's a lot easier to play when the pucks are going in the net. I know that. So hopefully this will get the guys who have a good practice tomorrow, and then we'll just hopefully keep things rolling. And we're in officially we're in the second half of the season now. That was our 13th game, so we got 12 more. And if we finish strong here, we hope we go into the section tournament with a lot of momentum.
Yeah, nice win tonight, Coach.
Yeah, very good. Hey, we appreciate you doing this. Thanks for your time, and good luck on Saturday.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, joined by head coach Adam Wurtzema. Appreciate Coach's time there and his thoughts post-game. As, like I said, boys get back to work tomorrow. No days off, and looking to get another big win on Saturday.
Yeah, a lot of accolades going out today with, I think that was maybe Grayson's first hat trick of his career. And, kudos to that guy. I haven't seen an official score sheet to see how many.
Yeah, he had. We'll have to check the official score there. Looks like we got finally, for the third time tonight, Finn Henry. Finn, hey, we really appreciate you joining us. Sorry about the intermission there. Tough loss tonight from your squad. We thought you guys came in with a little different look. You look like you guys were trying to be more offensive off the rush tonight as opposed to Tuesday. Was that part of the game plan tonight for you?
Yeah, we wanted to jump on them early and capitalize early, but just couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, we thought you were very dynamic tonight. A lot of times up the ice, you were maybe all alone, or you were outnumbered, and you still found a way to make something out of nothing. What do you attribute that to?
Just my work ethic and just trying to produce something for the team, get them going.
Yeah, you definitely do that. I mean, at times it felt like the Blades had to put 2 to 3 guys in order to shut down your effort going to the net. But for you guys and your guys' squad, I don't know when you guys play next, but what do you guys have going on for the next back half of the season?
Just trying to hone in on not giving up and playing till the end, playing defensively first and then going. That's our main focus.
Okay.
Are you guys up in Lake of the Woods tomorrow night?
Yeah, Lake of the Woods Saturday.
Saturday, okay. Anything you know about that squad and what people can look forward to for that game?
Looking for lots of shooting opportunities going up there. Trying to jump on them early, like we tried tonight.
You bet. I thought your squad is maybe overachieving a little bit and maybe surprising some people with a big win against teams like Prairie Center and some other big wins that you guys had after maybe a slow start. What's changed throughout the season for your guys' squad, and what do you attribute to some of that success halfway through the season here?
Work ethic and just working everything in practice. Practice is just pushing us and elevating us to the game we want to play.
Yeah, I was impressed by your guys' squad on Tuesday night, obviously handing the Blades a loss. And you guys outworked the Blades at times, even though the puck possession wasn't necessarily in your guys' favor, but you played a pretty disciplined game. So it was fun to see you guys, fun to see you compete there, Finn, and your whole squad. We appreciate your time here tonight, and safe travels on the way home.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Finn.
Thanks, Finn. Have a good rest of your season, buddy. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, thanks again to the Panthers, Finn Henry, being harassed by Tony Lopez for the third time tonight to come and do this interview.
Got a tracking beacon on Finn.
As we had technical difficulties there with the first 2 attempts. And so, again, Finn, a good sport after, again, a 10-2 loss and still taking time for media availability. So very nice of him, and nice young man, and again, a heck of a hockey player there, as you could see was on display tonight.
Yeah, I think whenever you see them out in the ice. Finn was out on the ice with Easton and Jackson taking pictures because they played on teams in the past before, and you get reminded pretty quickly that hockey's more than just a game, and you can form long-term relationships because of that. And I assume guys like Finn Henry and Jackson and Easton and whoever else are going to be able to, talk and, share the love of the sport well into the future, just like everybody else that played the game.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Well, that should be about all for us. Again, we're going to wrap things up here on a fun one on a Thursday night here at Stern Arena. And again, we'll be back here Saturday for more matinee action as the Blades take on Ketson Central. And if you're in town, please stop out and support the team. Should be a good one, especially the Blades play like they did tonight. It was a fun hockey game to be a part of. And as always, we thank all our sponsors there on the screen. Again, we appreciate all the help, all the financial support they give us. And without them, we don't have a hockey program. So again, 100% of their contributions that come through the Blue Line Club go right back to the team for equipment, meals, busing, all that type of stuff. And like I said, we really appreciate all their help.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday as Kitson comes to town, and hopefully we can have a similar result as we had tonight.
All right, thanks again for joining us. We will see you on Saturday. Again, to recap here, Blades win 10-2 in a big comeback victory over Park Rapids. We will see you Saturday. Thanks again for joining us.